Hello my dear Libra, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between February 1st and February 15, 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I have put the astrological information for the month of February in a video of its own that you can check out if you want to. You can find it in the Q&A playlist, but also on my website www.queenofcupstarot.se. So I used the Modern Spellcasters Tarot by Melanie Marquise and illustrated by Scott Murphy, and I will start shuffling your cards. So when I open your deck here, Libra, I see the Seven of Wands and the Moon. So it seems like you're still fighting off those dreadful feelings of yours. Seven of Wands. So it's a little bit like you're a door bouncer and you don't want to let your heart in, but this is when you won't get, because Seven of Wands is minor arcana. This is your human power, and this is major arcana, the Moon. It's universal power. So they are going to pain struck you until you fall on your knees and take in your emotions, not to punish you, but so you will become whole. Okay, so it's not to make you feel miserable. It's the feeling miserable part is just for a little while, maybe up to 2 years or so, but the most intense part will just be a couple of months. So if you just can embrace this pain, because it's all the pain that you haven't been feeling, that you have, like, it's like grief, that you haven't given your time to grief. You haven't given your time to be pain struck. You just wanted to be happy and not feel anything. And now when you need to go through this door, all this pain is waiting for you on the other side of the door. So it's going to be like a tsunami wave. But here with the Seven of Wands, you can master of courage to go through it. It's Mars in Leo. Mars will actually go into Sagittarius during this time, but you can check more about that in the astrological video. So you can use this energy, this Mars energy, to be very courageous and, you know, get on with it, do the things that's scary and have it done, so you can move on to more happy things. Okay, so I call, no, like this. I do reversals on my personals, but not in the generals. It's too messy. So I call the Divine with love and light. And here we have the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Wands. So we know that Jupiter moved from your sign Libra into Scorpio, and it put Jupiter is making everything bigger. So before, when Jupiter were in Libra, you could keep the level on your emotions and keep them like balanced, like so. But when Jupiter moved into Scorpio, it opened up your heart chakra and opened up to this feminine side of you, and it is in pain, but it's not the reason to leave someone behind just because they're in pain. You need to deal with it. You need to feel it. You need to heal her, this feminine part of you. Okay, so I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world, and here we have Four of Cups. So this is a great way to master this gateway of your emotions, to stay with it. Just do a lot of yoga, mindfulness, meditation. The yoga is the entrance gate towards mindfulness, and it's deepening also your meditations. To do yoga is going to help you heal your body in a very masterful and nice way. So it seems like you can get a hold of this if you work with the energies instead of against it. Okay, so I call the six elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirits, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Libra viewers. So I want my dear Libras to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. and I want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So it got a little bit of a twist in the end with the cards showing like the Magician, 8 of Cups and 5 of Pentacles. So this is not a winning game. It's like you need to lose the battle to win the war, Libra. This is not winning. You can't win in this state. The only thing you can do is to embrace what's inside of you and go with it. Don't put up any more boundaries. Don't try to flee. As long as you flee from yourself, you're just going to be stuck here on square one, doing this dance, running from yourself, being back at square one, running from yourself, being back at square one, running, you know the drill by now. So don't run from yourself. 8 of Cups, wherever you run, there you are. Okay, and there you are. You feel 5 of Pentacles like an orphan person, like a person being put out in the cold, no one is caring. With the Magician, you don't want to feel like that. You want to take master of control over the situation so you don't have to feel like that. But that's only going to prolong your pain. So what you need to do is stay with whatever is inside of you and align with it. If you feel that you want to go to the right, you go to the right. Do you feel that you want to go to the left, you go to the left, and not care so much about the consequences. You need to follow your inner guidance. Okay, that is what we have got from this so far. So I will just tune into your reading for a few seconds. So, my dear Libra, first part of February 2018. Okay, so this is your future, Libra, and this is your now, and this is the past. So, here in the past, we see the King of Pentacles. So, it might be that some of you have been together with an earth sign like Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus has been an important part of your life, but it's also showing that you have mastered this. You mastered your body. You have mastered your inside sphere, or it might be what you need to take in. King of Pentacles is very good with money, very good with practical things, taking care of the body, making a beautiful inner garden for themselves, being able to be rock solid, taking whatever hit that comes and still be aligned with yourself. It's a very good confidence, loving yourself true and true, and therefore creating like riches in your life. Whatever value you have on yourself, you will also have in your wallet. I noticed that Virgo had King of Swords in this position and you have King of Pentacles. So it seems like you have switched places. So for some of you, you should really watch the Virgo reading to see like the other side of the story probably. So King of Pentacles, it's talking about you need to make your body into a temple. It's no more denying of who you are and your natural self. You need to align with that part of yourself. To become rock solid, what Virgo already have taught themselves. Okay, and this is your now. So this is probably January, might going back also to 2017, and this is the now. So we have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups might be what's happening when you have opened your heart. Now you really know in what direction you want to go. When you have numbed your heart, or she was lying there in the bottom of the well, you didn't know like north from south or west from east, because you didn't have any guidance. You didn't have your inner feminine intuitive powers awakened, so you didn't know what you wanted. You didn't know who you loved and what was important in your life or what road to go down. But here, when you now have awakened this Queen of Cups energy, you can go with the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is searching for the Holy Grail, and the Holy Grail is of course love, but what you love might differ. It might be very different things. We have a 5 of Wands here in the bottom. So Knight of Cups is kind of the blast from the past. It's a person that's coming back from from the past, and maybe wants to sort out a quarrel with you. It might be that you or another person, maybe you, since you have gone through this Seven of Wands and the Moon thing, wants to apologize and have a battle undone, or, you know, losing the battle so you can win the war, or maybe win the person that's in your heart. And it might be that it's the other way around, so that someone wants to come and apologize you and wants to win your heart, Libra. So very beautiful. It might be a water sign also. Okay, and here we have, so we can see in Virgo's reading, we had fire and air. Here we have water and earth. So Virgo had to take in the very masculine energies of being logic and being able to point with the whole hand, and it seems like Libra needs to take in your more feminine qualities, earth, water, nurturing the body, following your emotions, things like this. And here we have your future. So future is Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, it's an interesting card here. I'm thinking either there's someone you are going to apologize to, or someone is going to apologize to you. And if someone comes and tries to apologize to you, this is your position, okay? Scared to death, okay? You don't want to revive that situation. You don't want to go back to that hell. Or someone might feel that with you. It's someone that has drawn a line in the sand and protecting themselves from having the same bad experience that they have in the past. And it might very well be a Virgo person, since it's connected to number 9, that's the Hermit and Virgo. And Virgo got Nine of Pentacles as a very significant card. Taking care of themselves, not bothering about other people. And it might be that they have drawn a line in the sand with you. So what else? Nine of Wands is, again, it's the Seven of Wands, but it's more intense. Here you are fighting for life and death, and you're not going to let yourself be wounded anymore. You're not going to repeat the mistakes in the past. So there's going to be two camps here. One that has opened their heart and have this positivism or wants to fix things, and the other one that thinks that if I let you come back, if I let you do this all over, it makes me a fool. Okay, so it's a little bit like this. You might feel like if you go back to some abusive situation from the past, it might make you a fool, or someone else thinks like that. I'm going to try to read true to your sign, and then you can decide on which side you are on. It's too difficult to make you see every different scenario. You have to do that for yourself, since it's a general reading. Okay, and here we have the World card. The World card is talking about Libra walking on their highest path towards their highest destiny. You have found the right path finally, and you're walking down this. And it might be that you have very strong connection with certain people in your life, and this is soulmate connection, and it's going over, like you can die from each other and you still will remember each other. You will remember that someone is missing. Okay, so it's very strong connection between also other worlds. So if you have had someone, you lost someone, you might still be in connection with them. So that's the 21 World card, and it's connected to the Empress, the feminine energy. Okay, and here we have the Devil. The Devil is Capricorn, and we had Capricorn here. So it seems like you are on the right path and finding your shadow, something with you that has been buried or denied long ago. So for many of you, it will you are dealing with a bad self-esteem. And it might be covered up with having a really good self-esteem, but really there's things with you that you judge very harshly, and you should stop doing so and start to face the things with you that you don't like, and see what it is that's going on there. Because usually we repel parts of ourselves that makes us not being loved by other people. So we try to act in a certain way, but that's not really who we are. So you really need to find out who you are. And some of you have a definitive soulmate connection with a Capricorn. Okay, it might be another earth sign, but Capricorn. Okay, but this is talking about going down and embracing and loving also your shadow, acceptance. 21 world is accepting, and it's letting go of what has stopped you from seeing yourself before. So it's it might be also a toxic relationship that has ended here. We'll see with the next card, Magician. Okay, so I think it's this, that you don't want to repeat a toxic situation, but you still have a soulmate connection to someone. And if you would work on that soulmate connection, you will be able to integrate your shadow, but you don't want to. With the Magician, it's very left brain oriented. It's very intellectual. You want to be on top of this. You want to solve it logically. But if you solve it logically, you solve it on a surface level. You will never be able to go deep inside yourself and find out what's going on. And many of you will be dealing with player kind of persons, or being having this kind of mentality yourself, that you want to win over others and you don't really take in consideration their feelings, or it doesn't matter what they want. The personal happiness is more important. So it might be someone that's utterly selfish that you are dealing with, it might be the way that you are trying to save yourself also from looking at your own flaws. You don't want to acknowledge that you have a shadow, and the shadow is going to be mirrored outside in the world. So if you have a person that's very like a player kind of person, just thinking about themselves, not caring about anyone else than themselves, that is probably what you need to take in more of. Maybe you are too selfless, maybe you are too empathic, maybe you are giving up too much of yourself, or the other way around. It might be that you see a person on the outside that's so nice, and you're using and abusing them, like being this player and thinking that they are easily fooled, but really what you're playing cat and mouse with is your own heart. Okay, so whatever you do to this other person, you're doing to yourself. So that can be a comfort for you to know, if you are with a person that's very selfish, that they are actually hurting themselves in the same way that they are hurting you. And all major arcana cards, really, the divine is really here, messing up your life, wants you to do something. Yes, the sun. So the sun is Leo, but it's also truth and honor and being courageous, opening your heart, seeing what you really want, following your soul's mission, doing things even though you're scared. So these two cards is actually really good now in this context. Magician and the Devil, oh, not so much. Ooh, I'm getting shivers, because this is the kind of person that could charm you and fool you into believing something that they want you to believe in, while they are very cold and detached and a little bit like sociopaths. Okay, but the Magician together with the Sun, this is the team, you see, because the Sun is the center of our solar system, and Magician is Mercury going really hastily around this this Sun card. Okay, and with messages. So this is messages coming through from your soul, and probably from the deep bottom well of your deepest, darkest subconscious. So what can I say? It's a soulmate connection, wants to mirror your shadow, the things with you that you have denied, and it wants to come out. It's like your soul wants to be born forward. How your soul can be born forward is by you taking in your shadow side, because then you become whole. When you become whole, you are your soul, and your soul needs to be also in a body. So you need to accept your body as well. Your soul is your temple. We can see the body is your temple for your soul, and we can see here the temple is broken. So I think your soul is trying to heal the temple, by making you taking up garbage or things that you have denied for a long time, that you have run away from and tried to ignore, that's in the bottom of your basement. Someone can have it on the attic. Some of you will have it in the bottom of the ocean. It can be different places where you have lost your different soul parts. And imagine this, that you were a person. We can see the cards a little bit closer here. Maybe you were a person of nature. Maybe you were, you can have been, we take the most obvious thing here. We say that you were a witch. You were working with the forces of nature. And you were caught by the Inquisition, okay? So you were not allowed to be yourself anymore, not allowed to be in your own authority, to connect with God through your own body. So you were mutilated and killed here. And this is where you left your soul part, your Queen of Cups witchy part, like the part of you that had a heart and that also had authority coming from your own intuition and from your own connection with God, or the goddess or the divine, which we see here. So now your soul wants to repair that connection. So you need to take in the pain of what happened here. And you might not even remember it. Okay, you have been born and died again many times. And here we have you as a little child. You come to this life and you don't know all those things that have happened to you before. So you don't remember. You don't have to remember. So Gemini also, this Sun card is also connected to Gemini. It's two twins here. So you don't have to remember. Your body needs to remember. Okay, so all the pains and aches and uncomfortable feelings and panic attacks and anxiety and everything, just welcome it. It's the tsunami wave of memories coming back to you. Just integrate them. It's like the food system. You don't have to mindfully digest everything you eat. The body will do that for you. So you don't have to mindfully know everything that have happened to you. Your body will integrate that for you and digest what you have been through and heal your past trauma, so your soul can come into a body that's whole. So go with this, feel the pain, stay with it, give it a lot of attention. The Sun card here is attention, Magician is attention, so give it a lot of attention. Just stay with it, don't make a story out of it. It's not poor me that's needed here. It's just needed to integrate the things that you have refused to feel before because it was too painful. You have just stalled it. Now it needs to come through. So you need to feel it now. Whatever pain there is needs to be felt by you. And here we have the Eight of Pentacles. So Eight of Pentacles is a very beautiful card. It's you doing the work. You just fix it. You just, you know, being a good trooper and doing this, letting the will over to the divine, and also healing your body. And you see, you're taking really good care of your different soul parts. Here is the the divine masculine in its domesticated form, and a squirrel, someone that saves things, maybe memories from the past. So you're starting to take much better care of yourself. And when you take care of yourself and love yourself, you're also making yourself ready for being able to love other people, or being vibrating on another level, so people can also love you for who you are, through and through. So it seems very, very prosperous what you have gone through here since Jupiter left your sign, Libra, and we have been in Capricorn, and it seems to have been very significant time for you. This time when the sun was in Capricorn, it have made a number on you. I can see that, but it was for your enlightenment, for you to start to integrate yourself, remember who you are, at least with your body. Okay, so past, and this is in the now, and here we have the chariot. So the chariot comes underneath the world, so we see that you are on this route, you're riding on this path, your highest path towards your highest destiny here, and it's a circular path. So sometimes you will come back to a place where you have been before. Something will repeat itself, because we live in a planet with a lot of karma. So when we didn't solve one thing here, we come back to the knot again. It's the wheel. You can see the wheels here on this chariot. So this is Sagittarius energy, and this is Cancer energy. Cancer is the Queen of Cups that we saw. Lately it has been more connected with Scorpio, and that's because it's the feminine part of the emotions that needed to be waken up in the Scorpio times. Usually Scorpio is King of Cups. But we see here you are on your merry way, and it's much this happy kind of a knight's energy, very positive. This is Sagittarius, so it's kind of Knight of Wands here in a major arcana card, and here you have the Knight of Cups. So it's like they're coupling up here because this is water and this is fire. So the Chariot, you need to have different forces being working together in balance. So both your logic and your heart, for example, your good side, your evil side, your selflessness, your selfishness, non-selfishness, and so all of this needs to be in balance for the show to go on the road. And it might also be that it's missing some person, some ingredient that needed, like there's another person that holds your shadow probably, because you can see this, it's the colors of the horse. So this is the dark side, and the light side here, it's a little bit like the sun. So these two things, the light and the dark, your light, the things you love about yourself and the things you don't love about yourself need to be in the same chariot together, working towards the same direction. So to align with yourself, you need to know yourself. You need to get to know the whole you and accept you through and through. So, okay, next card. It's the King of Cups, so it's Scorpio coming underneath. Capricorn, so it's a little bit backwards. Usually it's Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Now we have Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio. So you're going backwards. It's the same way as my this one, and it's how the ages are moving. The sun is moving like this, but the ages are moving like this. So we have Scorpio here, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Then we are going into Aquarius. So you are going. It's like you're unwrapping the ages. We can see it with the world here also. You're unwrapping the ages rapidly. So things that you have lived through the last, at least this is roughly 7,500 years. You're starting to remember it and starting to digest it. And with the King of Cups, it might definitely be like a water person in your life, coming to maybe make a proposal to you or commit to you or connect with you. It might also be that you have this sense, you have awakened your heart, Libra, that you want to go out and connect with someone. And usually your shadow, okay, the person that holds your shadow, that holds the other half of you, the yin to your yang or the yang to your yin, that person is it's like you're calling in your soulmate here, Libra, because they are going to help you remember something. Yes, and here you see Queen of Cups. So the King of Cups together with the Queen of Cups in the same reading. So it shows that the person that you love also loves you. There's a lot of difficulties. I can see that. There has been abuse. There have been manipulation. You have more been in a war than in a place of loving another person. So it hasn't been very nice, because you try to win over one another instead of trying to love one another. But there's a soulmate connection here, Libra, and it wants to heal you. Okay, very beautiful. A king and queen like this from the same sign, same dressed card suit, is showing that these people are connected together. Okay, and you also have this, so it shows forgiveness and repentment. Someone might coming back from your past, trying to fix things, and they are in a hurry here with this chariot to try to make you couple up. So very beautiful, and most likely it's a yes, Capricorn, Scorpio, Cancer, Sagittarius. You also have Leo there. Next card here is Six of Wands. So it's Leo again. It's Jupiter in Leo. So it's just showing this with the Jupiter thing, that you it's like your sun is going backwards through the eons, and Jupiter has been helping you a lot since Jupiter has been in your sign. It has released you. When it were your sign, it kind of cooked you a little bit, and when it went over to Scorpio, it released you. And it might not have feel like that. It might have feel like a tsunami wave of emotions, but it was your lost soul parts being released. Okay, so 6 of Wands is a win-win situation. So a win-win situation can be made between two lovers here. It doesn't have to be lovers. It can be also family members, or it can be a job offering. It can be a lot of different things, but the most obvious is, of course, a love situation where you're trying to make a win-win situation, because you now see something. You don't have to run from your shadow anymore because you have integrated it. So there's no more running. King of Cups is a person that's whole, and no one can touch a person that's whole. There's nothing, there's no wound there. So wherever he goes, there he is, and he is healed. So you need to heal your inside before you can be happy in your life. It doesn't matter the outside circumstances if the inside is a mess, okay? So it seems, and the Queen of Cups is, of course, listening to your intuition and following your emotions. So you will be led to the highest part where you are supposed to go. So very beautiful, maybe very beautiful family situation, soulmate situation, beautiful relationship, okay? And here we have the Three of Swords. So 8 of Pentacles, it's 8s are repetitive. It's what I said with this circular and going to this knot and going to the knot again and to the knot again. So for every lap we are dreaming this nightmare, we are doing it better because we have more experience. For every lap we have more experience, so we know better how to not hurt other people and not how to not get hurt ourselves, not traumatize ourselves again. So it kind of says that if you would do this again, if you would risk this again, be brave enough, like with this Leo energy here, to do this. Leo is also the heart chakra, so and here the heart chakra has been penetrated with swords. Swords is your element, so logic over heart, we can say, has caused a lot of pain here, and now you need to turn it around. You have this experience now, so you know that logic over heart is making people miserable. So you need to put your heart out there. Not to a perpetrator, obviously. For those of you that has been in a relationship with a very difficult person, I can see this with the devil here, underneath, or above the Scorpio here. It's for some of you, you have really been with a trickster, but it seems like you have been able to trick them back. Okay, you have fed them the same medicine. So it might be that you have even out the score. So if you would go back to a relationship with this, you wouldn't be hurt in the same way because you have new tools. Magician is a person with a lot of tools. So you know now how to deal with this. So it's like you're ready for lap number 8 or 8,000 or whatever it is. Same nightmare is want to come again, but this time you are unified. The shadow you and the more aware you needs, the more light you, the shadow and the dark needs to go in this road together. Going on your own will just lead you back to square one and starting all over until you go together. If you do this together, you work this out together. It's the only way. You can't run away from your own shadow. It's a part of you. And so it's just mirrored in the outside world as another person. So if your shadow is controlling, abusing, violent, you might need to get a better defense, get more weapons, become more skilled in not being a victim, but actually being able to protect yourself. And if you have been victimized others, you need to have more skills in opening your heart. Okay. So there's a little bit of a heartbreak on the horizon, but it's nothing you haven't been through before, Libra. It's just this situation happening again, and this time it's like the divine has set up a big drama for you so you can live this out again and now take control of the situation and not be victimized or not be hurt and not hurting others either in the process. With the Nine of Wands, it's Nine of Wands is usually a person that has been through this hell and back, and they are now so aggressive that they start to hurt other in the way that they themselves have become hurt. So there's a risk that this will happen here. Either you are the one reaching out, you will probably be faced with this, like this person they remember everything you have done towards them, or if this is you remember all the things that this person did towards you, and it might be mutual. Both might remember and be very cautious, okay, not wanting to have this broken heart. But the Three of Swords, together with these two cards, is making a win-win situation, working together to heal this. So this time, instead of being either the one that tortures and kills and the one that being killed and tortured, you can both be on the same level, because the tortured is also the one that tortured, because usually we go down as the yin and yang thingy. So you can remember both being the one that got tortured and the one being the one that tortured, because you were probably a part of the same soul, if that makes sense. So you can remember how it were to hurt that other person, but also how it felt to get hurt. And now you can work together to do something beautiful instead of torture. You can make this relationship work, okay, and digest the torture. Okay. Oh, it's not an easy task, I understand that, but what can we say? It's the divine has mysterious way of fixing things, and usually it's by going through it all over again, and this time not taking offense or not being too bothered, and actually fixing it together with the other person. And here you have the Six of Swords, which were the in card for Virgo, and I said that the person will come back to them with an open heart. So if that's you, Libra, it's time for you to go back there with an open heart. And the Six of Swords is, we see the Hermit Sun in, this is a Hermit, so Sun in Virgo, but it's also the Six of Swords, so it's connected to Aquarius. Oh, and it's connected also to the Lovers. So there's someone is wanting to express what's in their heart. And it's a unifying between logic and heart as well. It's like giving up for powers that's stronger than you and finding the heart on the bottom of the ocean. If you remember, there was this little box also on the Moon card. So coming here and showing what's in my heart now. This offering, communication, Scorpio, King of Hearts, and this expression. And it's a 6 again, 6 of Wands. Virgo had that also, but they have also 6 of Pentacles. They wanted more balance. They wanted things to be fixed between you two. I don't say that all Libras are together with Virgos. I'm just saying that it seems like you're working on the same things. And it might be like in big soul groups as well. So one is teaching this thing, and this one is teaching that one. So it's how it spreads, like rings on water. So with the Six of Swords, someone has gone deep inside their own subconscious. They have found their shadow, they have found their heart. They are coming, they are bringing it up. They know now what they want. They know now what everything is all about, what they have been fighting for, and it's time for expression of this, to tell what's in the heart. Okay. So next card is Ace of Wands, and Ace of Wands comes underneath the Devil and the King of Cups. So this is maturity, but it might also be aggression and feeling in love and following your soul's road. So it's very strong energy. You have both the Sun and Ace of Wands in your reading, so this is the strongest energy cards in the whole deck. So it might be like trial by fire for you. You need to do something that's very courageous, and that kind of requires you to put your heart on your sleeve, or not sacrifice your heart, but put it on display and do something courageous that makes it really beat like really loud with a lot of adrenaline. This is a lot of adrenaline here, and it comes through this Queen of Cups situation. So it might be that there's a water sign that's very, very much in love with you, or very angry with you. Might be it as well. It might also be a fire sign that's very much in love with you. It can go many different ways. There are so many people out there. And the Chariot and the Ace of Wands is showing very much direction, and it's like you're moving very hastily, or someone is moving very hastily to be with you or to connect with you. So your life is really moving forward here, Libra, in the end of February. We'll see where to, okay? Yes, the Star card. So the Star card is healing, and it's Aquarius, and it comes underneath Mercury and Cancer, and then we have Aquarius here. It's again healing of this heart of yours by expression, and this win-win situation. Forgiveness, telling what's there, and working together on situations. So it's a lot of hope here being ignited, hope of winning back your soulmate, hope of getting the person that you love, or hope of finding yourself, finding your true life mission might also be the cause, because when you pick up things from the basement, from the deep water, like ocean or the well, wherever you have been getting things up from, it's also bringing up past talents, because when you kill one part of yourself, you're not longer allowed to be a witch, because it was hell on earth to be tormented like that. Now when you pick your witch up, you will have the witchy qualities back, witch power. So might be a lot of fun things that will come up with you integrating your lost soul parts, things that you didn't remember. Suddenly you become a music talent, or you know everything about the stars, or you pick up some hobby that turns out to be your life destiny. So things like this might be happening here for you. And it seems like you're on a roll here in the end of February. And here you have an Ace of Pentacles. So it's a new beginning, and it's very fiery. New beginning. The World card is a completion. King of Cups, the Star. We have the Devil, Queen of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. What I'm feeling here is like there's a second chance for you all with those two aces. It's a chance for a new beginning. It's the divine giving you a second chance, and it might be something like a soul contract here, and you need to be very brave to take this second chance and to fulfill your life, because it's a threatening of a broken heart here. The person that you might be in love with, if you reach out, they might not be in love with you. So that's how you risk your broken heart. But with the Star card here, you should really trust this, because either or, it's going to put you on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So maybe you are paying back a karma. Maybe you have done this towards someone else one time, and you need to feel how it felt. Or you are actually meant to be together, which seems rather obvious to me. It's just that you are scared that it's not the case. And here we have a Nine of Pentacles, indicating again that you have something to do with Virgo. Eight of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. These nines are worrying me a little bit. So if someone wants to come back to you, Libra, they probably needs to fight a little bit for it. And if you want to go back to someone, you might need to have to show your genuinity, because this person has now learned to take very good care of themselves, or you have been taught to take very good care of yourself. So not going to risk something to someone that doesn't mean business. Okay, so there's a little bit of warning there, but this can also mean a lot with, if you start to love yourself, as I said, you can't love any other person before you love yourself, and no one else will truly love you before you love yourself. And also this is, again, your highest path towards your highest destiny when it comes to maybe what you're supposed to do for work, because when you find your heart again, you will know what it's beating for, not just love, but also you know, you have a mission here on earth. So it seems like this can be happening too. For some of you, there definitely be travels. You have the 21 World, Chariot, 6 of Swords. So you might have been traveling also to maybe to make a new start all on your own, like a singles person, because of this broken heart here. So that might be the case for rather many of you, since the 9 is kind of completing this beautiful love situation. Is not coming to fruition, but you're trying to start anew and forgetting about this soulmate of yours because they broke your heart. If that's the case, that's why this road, this line seems a little bit empty, because it needs to be filled by you. You need to decide what's going to be there. You need to dream for your new future. The Aces is just possibilities. It's not going to be anything if you don't do it. Nothing will be, darling, if you don't get up. That's a song. Nothing will be, darling, if you don't get up. Okay, I will find it out for you. It's always these fragments of these songs. But nothing will be, darling, if you don't get up. So you need to do something. If you want it, I feel like you have a soulmate connection here with someone. Earth, water, or fire, or all of the above. And you need to express yourself if you want this love to be. If you don't, you will have to start on square one. Okay, you will have to start on something new. You will probably not be released from this soulmate connection. You will do it in another lifetime, but probably be released for now. So, truth be told, a magician can be a trickster when it comes to truth, and especially together with the devil. Honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, really show your colors, even if you risk a broken heart. Clarity of communication. There is the truth, which is the essence of the thing, and then there's the truth, subjective, according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not the time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is. Peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and Spirit will answer with miracles. Feels like I'm repeating myself. Maybe you have had this card before. There we have it. I will read for relationships as well for you, since this is a love reading. People tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based in your personality and experience up to now. A high truth will be found after you communicate honestly, and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back, speak your truth, and remember to listen. So, are you willing to do whatever it takes to experience the prosperous life you desire? If you want to be an artist, do you make it your priority? If you want to be a healer, do you set time aside to learn new things to help you serve? A writer must write and a singer must sing. Being true to your calling is essential to your moving forward. There is another oracle message here too. It's time to have a look at the real honest truth about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs about prosperity, about your relationship to money, to compensation, and to meaningful work. Ask yourself, what is true for me? And you will find the key to abundance. Some of you will replace abundance. No, you will replace love and try to get abundance instead. But I say, with an open heart, and when you heal your relationships, abundance is going to come. Because when love is in balance, money is going to come to you, because money is the universal, it's energy, it's just energy. So it's universal love. Okay, so when you're in love, when you are in authentic love towards yourself, first and foremost, you will find also money and prosperity. And when you run from your heart, you run from your prosperity. So, pray to the east. Guardian watches over the west. Okay. So, there's one new one. It was interesting. I love new ones. It's always interesting to have not the same cards coming over and over again. But if you learn your lessons a little bit more hasty, I wouldn't have to read the new cards. But here is something new. So, see what comes here. I now see the ending and the beginning. I watch and defend from past interference whilst I invite beautiful new worlds to form through my prayers, birthing them through my heart and the silent, unwavering light of my mind. Soon you shall be ready to make the crossing, to acknowledge the ending of this day and the dawn of the new day that I have begun to create for you. Do not be afraid of any ending now. All has been divinely ordained, and all things happen to that my love can prevail. Endings allow for fresh starts. Focus on letting go now and being firm in your decision. Have courage. Trust yourself. You can love even more in letting go than you did with holding on. Be patient and accept where you are now in the process of endings. All will happen soon enough. I'm helping you in all ways. Trust me and the new day I bring forth. So we see this. The World card is, of course, an ending of an old situation, and the Aces here is a new beginning. So for many of you, for Libras, I see it as a big crossing here. Some of you will choose to be with the person of your heart, and many of you will not be able to take more heartbreak, but actually start a new fresh start. So, and it's totally up to you to what you choose. But don't choose just because you're afraid of relationships, because relationships is your mirror. So as long as your relationships are flawed, they are difficult, it's because you have a difficult relationship with yourself. And you wouldn't notice this if you were all alone. Everything is fine when you're all on your own. Then you're not faced so much with your shadow. But so it's a little bit more, this is a careful road where you don't have to invest so much of yourself, and you don't have to do this scary thing with showing your heart. You can just go on as you used to, and probably it will be the easiest way for many of you, and it will be a new beginning, and it's prepared for you, so it will be all right whatever you choose. Okay, so my dear Libras, I hope this helped. Want to take really good care, and yes, you're welcome back to my later part of February reading that I will perform in the beginning of February. Okay, bye bye.